everybody? It is Calxiyn here. We're basically talking about the fact that the channel is at 10,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. It's really good news, especially because I did want to hit it before 2019, but now to start off 2019 and we hit it, like, that's just as good, at least for me, right? Because now it's like we got like our first 4 days of 2019 and we've already hit like a major subscriber goal, right? And so that's pretty cool. I was trying to rest. I'm sick, if you guys don't know. If you watched a live stream earlier, I have some sort of chemical, like, I had some sort of reaction, I guess, to the hot tub, or chemicals that were in the hot tub, and so I'm literally covered in like red dots. Not so much on my arms and legs, but more like where your bikini would be, like if you're, you know, swimming or whatever. And so I'm like in pain, and it also gives you the cough and the fever and all the other gross stuff that comes with like bacteria. So I'm just like suffering. But I was lying in bed and I was trying to rest because I'm trying to feel better for tomorrow. And I was just like, no, like I can't wait anymore. Like we gotta talk about it. It's exciting, at least for me. I mean, I'm sure for you guys too to some extent, but for me it's very exciting. I mean, just because like I've been waiting for this, I guess, because it's like, okay, well maybe it'll be today, maybe it'll be tomorrow. Like I really wanted to do it again before like 2018 ended, but again, to start off the new year, it's like 2019, we've already hit a goal. Like that's super cool. At least for me, it's giving me sort of the motivation I need to like stop being sick and start working on things again. And so that's always good too. And so I want to talk about a couple things. So if you guys are curious, I am putting out 2 song covers. One of them is going to be for 9,000 subs, and one of them is going to be for 10,000 subs. Which is good. And I have somebody commissioned that I'm making do the track thingy. And so that's gonna be fun. I love singing. If you guys don't know, I have a singing playlist. I do shows periodically throughout the year, right? And so now that we're in the room with the nice acoustics for like the nice notes and all that stuff, like that's sort of what I've been looking forward to. That's why I really wanted to move into this office, right? And so I may need to up the goal a little bit, if that makes sense. Like moving forward, I may need to do every 2,000 because we're just growing so fast that I can't possibly keep up with demand, I guess. So I may have to up it a little bit and maybe just do different things in the future. But I am really happy with this, obviously. You guys can see that, right? Because I mentioned this in my New Year's video, but this year has sort of been a weird year for me. Like, I've struggled a lot, but I've also gotten a lot better. Like, my first year of university and even, like this year, I guess you could say, like, I was struggling with, like, a couple different mental health issues that were way different than the ones that I had in high school, right? Because in high school, I had, like, depression, right? And, like, just social anxiety. But for some reason, like, as I was exiting high school and going into university, I just developed a bunch of other things, and I don't want to say like other disorders, but just other, I guess, like symptoms of things. And one of the things that I used to do is I obsessively looked at my real-time views, like in terms of YouTube. Like I would check them at least like more than 5 times an hour, probably like every 10 minutes I would check to see, okay, how many subs have we gotten in these past 10 minutes? How many views are we getting? Like I was just obsessed and it was terrible. And other YouTubers would be like, Cal, like why are you doing that? And I just don't know. Like I don't know how it necessarily started. Dangerous. Like YouTube is kind of like gambling. Like when you post a video, like, and you don't expect it to necessarily, like, for it to do well, and then it does. You get that sort of high that you would, I feel, like, betting money, and then, like, you get a higher reward, like, how people, like, are in casinos or whatever. And then when it's low, you're like, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? And after going to RTX helped me with so much. First, RTX, like, totally changed my social anxiety and just changed my mental health, I feel. So that's obviously like a really good thing, is that when I got back, I just didn't have any social anxiety anymore. I used to not be able to talk to like food workers or like service people, I guess, but also just people like classmates and even like my grandparents was nervous to talk to, like even family members. That's how bad it was. And going to RTX fixed that, but going to RTX and talking to other YouTubers, it also did fix the obsession, also because I wasn't on my phone, right? So I basically went real-time views cold turkey for like days. Didn't even bother to check because I was having so much fun with the people that were around me. I was having so much fun with my new friends and all that stuff. I didn't even bother to look, you know what I mean? Like I didn't even bother to check the views, and so it all stopped. And I think that the world has a funny way, or fate, or whatever you want to call it. The universe has a funny way of telling you that you're wrong in what you're doing, if that makes sense. Because right after I stopped doing that, the Adam video that I made in the hotel, like in Austin, about the character short, did really, really well. And after, a lot of our videos did really, really well. And still, like, the trajectory of the channel changed completely. And I feel that was, like, almost like a sign, like, hey, if you don't focus on the numbers are going to naturally happen. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like if I kept obsessing over it, I wouldn't have gotten success. And I don't know if that's true or not. But it's good that I'm not obsessing over it anyway, right? But that's sort of how I feel. Like, I feel that was sort of a sign, like, hey, your videos do best when you're busy and you're not obsessing over the amount of views that they get. So stop it, you know what I mean? And so for this, right, for the sub goal, I can only imagine if I was the same way I was sort of back then, that I would be sort of refreshing all the time, like, why aren't I at 10,000 yet? What's going on? Like, Christmas, I almost, like, dipped back into it. I almost had a bit of a freak out because the channel wasn't growing at all, because obviously it was fucking Christmas. People were busy, right? But the fact that I've been able to get over that sort of that obsessiveness and, like, some other mental health issues through therapy and whatever, right? I feel like that's been really good for me, but it's also been really good for the channel, because I really credit that to how the channel has grown. Like, to be able to not be socially anxious so I can ask people, like, hey, do you want to collab? Do you want to do this? We should do that, right? Whereas I would have never, like, never, ever, ever, like, when I was doing the Ruby community interviews, like, I would have never asked Thomas or Dan or David to do it. Like, I would have been way too scared in sort of my old mindset. And so to be able to sort of step out of that and to improve, I feel, mental health, that's what I really wanted to talk about this video, actually, because I feel like it sends a good message. Like, the better that you are, the easier it'll be to sort of achieve your goals, right? And so for me, getting better, it changed the channel. It changed productivity. It changed sort of my outlook on things, and I feel that really helped us. It helped us sort of let go, like, you know, of sort of fear and stuff like that. Like, I probably would have never made, like, the type of, like, Ruby character that you are, or, like, what your favorite Ruby character says about you. I would have been way too scared to do something like that before. But now it's just like, no, like, Hunter and I, we record whatever we want. And that sort of freedom, like, I'm really enjoying that. And that's what I really hope sort of moving forward. And that's what I'm excited for moving forward. And obviously, that's sort of who I have to thank, if that makes sense. Like, I have to thank all of you guys, obviously, for subscribing, right? If you're subscribed and you're watching this. But also just, like, other YouTubers, like, people I talked to during RTX. Like, that changed, I feel like, the trajectory of the channel. And I'm serious when I say I don't think that I could have done it without those certain pushes and pulls and, like, people saying, Cal, why are you doing this? Or, Cal, you should do that. Like, trying to help me, right? And so for that help, I am eternally thankful, right? I'm 19 now. I feel like it's a little cliche, but I'm not a kid anymore. And so it's nice to feel grown up, if that makes sense. Like, it's nice to not necessarily have to struggle all the time, because that's just me. Like, I'm not saying that you're childish in any way if you have any mental health issues, but for me, I have always associated bad mental health with being a kid or being a teenager, right? And so now to sort of have grown up and have that improvement, that's sort of the association I'm making. We're like, no, like, now I'm an adult, if that makes sense. And that's just me. I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody. I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, that's just the association I make with myself, is that I feel like, wow, like, we've really grown, like, both the channel and then us. And I think for the channel to grow, we had to grow too. And so that was, like, entirely necessary. And so I'm just really happy about it, obviously. I'm really grateful for it. I never really thought that it would be like this, you know what I mean? Because I always had random luck with videos, if you guys don't know. Like, my Sims 3 Elsa video that is unlisted has like 3 million views, and that was totally random chance. A lot of my Minecraft videos did well randomly. A lot of my visual novel videos did well randomly. Like, it seems like the algorithm has given me a push no matter what I decided to do, like, for my channel particularly. Like, first it was Minecraft, the Minecraft videos got popular. Then it was, like, making these Disney Sims, then that got popular, right? And the visual novel stuff. The visual novel videos I think are still up and they're still getting views to this day, right? And so it's sort of kind of crazy to think about. And the first RWBY video we ever did got like 100,000 views. It was about Grim Eclipse and it was showing off the Grim Eclipse update. And so I feel like I have luck on my side in that regard. Like everything that I've wanted to do, luckily enough, I've been gifted by the algorithm to do it, right? And so moving forward, I'm just really excited for the channel. Obviously, I'm really grateful for the opportunity because, again, a lot of my videos were sort of one-offs, right? Like, the Elsa video got 3 million views. Nothing else ever did that again. But people still stuck around. People still watched. It was fine. But with RWBY, it's sort of a lot more stable. It wasn't just like we made one-off video and then everybody left. You know what I mean? It's like we made a video, we attracted people, and then we started making more videos and people actually liked us, which, like, blows my mind. And I just feel validated, I guess, and a bit more respected. Like, I feel like other YouTubers don't look down on you depending on your sub count. I feel like we've all been at different numbers, and so we all understand how that feels, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's that. But when you tell your family or you tell your classmates that, oh, like, I'm a YouTuber, right? And you tell them that you only have 5,000 subs or whatever it is, people look down on that, and they really shouldn't, because I don't think the amount of subs you have necessarily dictates the quality of your channel. It's just about how many people are finding you and liking you. And so the more videos we make, the more people find us and seem to like us, so thanks. But I feel sort of like I can sort of go out and say with pride, yes, I'm a YouTuber, I have 10,000 subscribers. This year, I hope that we're gonna hit 20,000 subscribers and go way beyond that, right? And that'll sort of give me more respect amongst people, because I've always sort of felt that. I always felt like people like teased me or laughed at me behind my back because of the YouTube stuff, and that always really pissed me off. And so now to sort of have it where it's like, no, like this is a respectable number for society. Like even if, you know, I don't think that way, like I don't think the amount of subs you have like matters in terms of, oh, it means your content is shit or anything, because everybody has to start at a lower number. That's just what happens, right? But in terms of like the general public, I feel a lot better about telling people, and I've always never shied away from it. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, bitch, like, you know what I mean? Like, go see my videos, you know, or whatever the case. And so I'm just really happy that now I can really say it with pride, and even if I could have before, I was always sort of anxious to, or, you know, stuff like that. And so again, to get over that anxiety, that's a really big thing. And I think that's kind of all that I wanted to say. Like I said, I feel like me and Hunter have grown a lot as people this year, or I guess last year, because now it's 2019. And I feel like that because of that, the channel has gotten better, and I'm excited for it to get better moving forward. You know, and I hope that, you know, me and Hunter, like, we both continue sort of our mental health improvement journey, wherever that both takes us. I mean, I'm already sort of feeling a lot better, and it's sort of miraculous what 6 months or however long it's been since last RTX, and sort of that encouragement to sort of, you know, not be as socially anxious or to not be obsessive over certain things. Amongst other things, and like actually being encouraged to like go see a school counselor, stuff like that, right? Like that's sort of, again, that's a really big deal, and it's a big improvement, and I'm proud of it, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope I feel better by then. Again, I am like covered in bumps, and it's awful and terrible and horrible, but I'm mentally fantastic, right? Like I'm super, super happy about the sub goal, and I'm just so happy that I'm able to do this, and I can't wait until we hit 15,000 or 20,000 or how many we do this year. And I think this is going to be a good year for the channel. I think Genlock is going to change the longevity of our channel throughout the year, because usually we only really like boom during RWBY, but now we can boom during RWBY and Genlock and Kingdom Hearts and all these other things that we're doing. So that's exciting. So yeah. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys have any questions for me, by the way, you guys can leave them in the comments and I'll reply to you. I reply to all the comments. I feel like people don't know that, but I do. So if you guys have a question or you guys want to know about anything that I've said, right, if you guys are a small YouTuber, you guys want advice, like whatever, I'll reply to you. I got you. So yes, happy 10,000 and I will see you guys later. Bye.